right, Attorney Tolosa, I'll start first with this. What went through the prosecution panel yesterday in terms of decision making? Na wag na po ipatawag si Attorney Zuleika Lopez, ang former Undersecretary Zuleika Lopez, at ang Legislative Secretary Bureau official na si Captain Belinda Bello. Kailan po na-desisyonan yun at ano ang naging proseso sa pagdesisyon noon?
Okay, yes. So every time after we finish presenting a witness, we always conduct an assessment again, to see if to see what are the important matters that have already been covered by our witnesses so far, right? And then compare it to the list of the other important matters that should be covered by the remaining witnesses, so that we'll be able to see if there's still a need, to present these other witnesses, or their intended testimonies have already been covered by those that have taken the stand already. Again, maalala po natin, the impeachment court has been asking the parties, requesting the parties to expedite the proceedings as much as possible. They've been asking us to think of ways how we could perhaps shorten the examination or shorten the witness list. So, we heard that request, and this also been the concern of the public. So, kami naman sa prosecution, ayaw naman namin din patagalin to the necessary. Gusto din natin itong publicin as much as possible. Of course, without sacrificing our ability to present our evidence in a proper and effective manner. So now, yesterday, you could see that after we presented Attorney Lotop, the prosecution team had a huddle and then discussed this matter. And that was when the final decision was made. Of course, we had to consider all of the statements that he gave, not just during direct and cross, redirect and cross, but also his answers to the questions of the senators. So with this, we determined that the intended testimonies of Attorney Zuleika Lopez as well as Captain Bello were no longer necessary, because they were already covered essentially by the first two witnesses.
Okay. Attorney Tolosa, pwede po kayo mag-Filipino para mas marami po sa ating mga kababayan ang makaintindi po, it reaches a wider audience, or Taglish.
Okay.
Anything you're comfortable with. Pero ang kaibahan po ni Ginoong Lotto kahapon, tinanong po ng depensa, sinabi niya, may personal knowledge ka ba na talagang nag-contract si Vice President Sara Duterte ng isang tao? Sinagot niya, I don't have personal knowledge. Kumbaga personal, hindi ko alam kung talagang ginawa niya yon. Ang tanong ng ilan, si former Undersecretary Zuleika Lopez, who is known to be very close to the Vice President, Chief of Staff niya, isa sa mga dahilan kung bakit uminit ang ulo ng Vice Presidente because of that video. At nung nagbabala o nagbanta ang Vice Presidente, nandun siya. Sinabi ni Katrina Domingo yon, she was there with her. So won't this strengthen the prosecution's argument, or you feel, or the prosecution felt, it may weaken it because it might humanize the Vice President. It may give the other side to why she responded in that manner. Because some people are sensing that the prosecution may have felt that it may give the other side to the Vice President. It may provide context.
Okay, kind of. I think ang pinakamahalaga na nasabi, nabanggit ni Attorney Lotto about this matter is he stated that it was clear that the agreement with the assassin to kill the President, the First Lady, and the then Speaker of the House was made even prior to the detention. Sinabi ho niya, meron na akong, wag kang mag-alala, in response to a question of one of the members of the press, wag ho kayong mag-alala, meron na akong nakausap. Right? And sinabi, napatayin si Bongbong Marcos, Lisa Marcos, Martin Romualdez.
Just for timeline, yung patayin, nasabi lang yun doon sa video, nakausap niya si Princess Maui.
That is correct.
Yes, so that was not in a press con before that. That
is correct.
Go on.
That is correct.
No,
but the statement is, she just confirmed that wag kang mag-alala, sa security ko, meron na akong nakausap na patayin si Bongbong Marcos, Liza Marcos, at si Speaker Martin Romualdez, at pumayag na siya. Okay? And then, she even said that they're relentless in carrying this out. Sinabi pa niya, wag mo silang titigilan hanggat di mo sila mapatay. So, as pointed out by Attorney Lotto, the agreement was made even before the detention. She just announced it to the world that there was an agreement during that detention. So
Oo.
that's why Attorney Lotok said, it's clear to them the detention was not the cause of this assassination plot. Kasi
Well,
nangyari na siya
oo.
before.
Well, supposedly, it was this Operation Romanov kasi yun yung tinanong nung Princess Maui. And then, ang tinanong ng ilang senador ay conditional. Kung papatayin ako, may nakausap na akong tao. Right? Hindi naman yung patayin mo lang sila. Kung papatayin ako, may nakausap akong tao. So there's a condition. Dapat patayin muna siya.
Okay, sige. No. But first of all, it doesn't change the fact, number one, that the agreement with the assassin was made even before the time of the detention of Attorney Zulaika Lopez. So
Yeah,
that's clear
yeah.
already. So the
That's
detention
clear.
was not caused by it. Okay. Second, about the Romanov, I have to emphasize, no, as pointed out, even during the questioning of some of the senators, na punto ho ito, na itong Romanov na to, clear na nanggaling ho ito kay Mayor Baste Duterte. Siya una nagsabi dyan, no? Clearly, ang sinabi ho niya, bago kayo matulog ngayong gabi, addressing the President, alalahanin nyo ang nangyari sa mga Romanov, ang alalahanin nyo ang nangyari noong 1986. And it was clear, no, na nung Romanov, it was not just peaceful uprising, no? They were executed. So clearly, as noted by some of the senators, it was a threat directed against the first family. So kaya kung sinabi, itong Romanov na to, that's why they're saying it's confusing. Why are they using this supposedly as a threat against Sarah when it's clear that that is a threat against the first family?
Oo. Oo.
So,
Kasi tinanong din yan ni Senator Judge Ping Lacson na inamin nga niya this whole time, akala ko ang Operation Romanov ay laban sa mga Duterte, yun ang pagkakaintindi niya. Pero ang clarification is that nung binanggit ito ni Baste Duterte, ay alala ito, yung nangyari sa Romanovs is, ang sinasabi nyo, laban yon sa pamilya Marcos.
that is correct. That is correct. So that could not be a justification for saying that I felt threatened because itong Romanov na to, it was actually a threat uttered by a member of the Duterte family against the first family. So if I could now circle back to the original question of, so why then did the prosecution decide not to place on the stand anymore, no? Si Attorney Zulaika and Captain Bello, we found it unnecessary because first, we also wanted to present Attorney Lopez, no, maalala ho natin, because she was mentioned, no, it was pointed out that she was there in the footage, no, in the live broadcast. So
Nandun siya, katabi ni VP.
yes, so it would have been good to call her to help establish the authenticity of the video. Pero again, wala na ho kasing tanong ngayon about the authenticity of the video.
What about the state of mind? Pwede kasing tanungin si former Undersecretary Lopez yung state of mind ni Vice President Sara Duterte, di ba? Yung ginawa niyang mga salitang yun.
Tama ho yan. But this was also covered by Attorney Lotok. We'll remember, pinaliwanag ho na yan, when they looked at that statement, they didn't look at it as a single event. No, tinignan ho nila, ano pa ba yung mga other utterances, other actions that are related to this. Kaya ho binalikan pa nila yung statements even before November 23, kung una ho, sa niya sinabi, toxic yung relationship, gusto kong pugutin ang ulo ng presidente. And then, at that November 23, kung saan ho siya nagmumura, pinagmumura ho, no? Itong presidente, first lady, speaker of the house, gave this admission. And then after, sorry, I just have to point this out, pati ho, even after, no? So it can't even be said na it was just a spur of the moment thing, no? Kasi kahit na ho nung 3 days after, mas kalmado na ho siya, but still, she had the opportunity to deny it or say, I was just joking, I didn't mean it. Pero she doubled down, no? And she tried to justify it by saying revenge from the grave is not a criminal act. So, clear ho, if we will look at the totality of the circumstances, na-establish na din yung frame of mind na she meant it. It was not a joke, no? It was not a spur of the moment thing, she meant it.
Okay, maganda yung punto ninyo, the totality of it all. The totality. Ngayon sinabi nung depensa, nung tinanong ni Senator Mig Zubiri, hindi ba siya, kumbaga, hindi ba niya nasabi na joke lang ito or binawi niya ito? Ako nga, naisip ko, wala bang at one point na nagmalamiriam na I lied, di ba? Na hindi yun totoo. According to the defense, meron daw silang ipapakitang video o ebidensya na magpapatunay na hindi yun totoo o hindi yun ang ibig niyang sabihin. Would you know what this is, Attorney Tolosa? Because wala namang surprises na sa inyo. Lahat sinurrender na sa pre-trial. What is the defense claiming?
I don't think anyone knows what that is at this point. No one has ever heard the vice president, no? I mean, take this back, at least in a timely fashion, no? And tama ho yung point out nyo. If there's such a statement, dapat ho yan, no? There's such an evidence, nakalatag na ho yan sa pre-trial brief nila, no? Because if it was already available during pre-trial, there is no reason why they would not indicate it there, but there's none, no? And the fact remains is, again, ang pinaka-importante ho dito, yung earliest opportunity that the vice president was given the chance, no, to correct her statement, to clarify it, say she didn't mean it, that's not what she did, no? Rather, she doubled down on it, pinanindigan ho niya yan, totoo yung statement niya, and she tried to justify it. If I could just quickly add, in fact, we would remember, no, consistent with the vice president's own admission that she did that, even the defense did not take it back. Oh? Mukhang medyo nagugulo lang yata sila dun sa justification nila, because when Attorney Vinlu, the first lawyer was asked by Senator Rizzo Ontiveros kung sinasabi ba ng depensa na ginawa ang threats dahil sa detention ni Attorney Zulaika, his answer was yes. It was clear. That was their position. But when it was the time of the second lawyer to stand up and talk about it, he tried to justify it because of the supposed threats directed towards the VP. No? Dito na ho pumapasok yung supposedly Romanov that, again, wala namang ebidensya that supports it. So, meaning, they're not taking it back. No? They're just trying to justify it.
Another justification that the defense tried to do yesterday was to say, and I interviewed Attorney Michael Poa live sa TV Patrol kagabi. Tinanong ko, kasi sinabi ni Vice President Duterte, di ba naglabas siya ng statement, wala daw ebidensya. Yun ang pahayag niya, right? Ando na ang video, tinanong ko yon. Ang sinasabi ngayon ng depensa, ang paninindigan nga daw nila, Attorney Tolosa, ay hindi yon threats. Yun daw ay responses. Kaya kakapon nagka-vocabulary lesson pa sa Senate, di ba? Sabi ni presiding officer, ang threat ay banta, ang warning ay babala. Attorney Tolosa, ano ba ang pagkakaiba nun base sa naging statement ni Vice President Sara Duterte? Because the defense clearly is of the mindset na it's a response and a warning. Babala yun, hindi banta. Ang prosecution sa inyo, banta yun.
Ang malinaw na pinagkaiba ho niyan, no, ay ang pagbabanta ay labag sa batas. No? Okay. So when it gets... Yes.
Isa pong krimen.
Isang krimen. Kapag umabot na ho siya sa punto ng iyong sinabi na nanakot, ay labag na sa batas, isa ng krimen, yan na ho ang difference niya. No? At dito, dyan ho naman na-establish na Attorney Lotoc yan, no? He said, the NBI's determination, no, to file these cases for grave threats. Ang sabi ho nila, tinignan nila yung mismong statement. No? Ang statement ho ba niya, maliwanag ba na isa siyang pagbabanta? Napakaliwanag ho. No? Again, merong clear, admitted, there's an agreement. May kasunduan ho. Isang mamatao na patayin ng presidente. No? Pangalawa, tinignan nila, mukha bang seryoso ito o hindi lang nagbibiro? As this ho kanina, totality ng circumstances before, during, after, maliwanag, it was done purposefully. Kaya nga ho sinabi, threat to be they found it to be real and actual. No? So, and then, ang isa hong importante dito, did it produce the intended effect? At presenta din ho dyan yung naging statement ho ng Presidente Marcos na sinabi niya, nakakabahala itong statement na ito. So, yan ho yung diferensya dyan. Yan ho yung pinagkaiba kung sa simple na harmless na babala versus isang krimen na pagbabanta.
Oo. Kasi ang daming ehemplo na binanggit kahapon. Meron yung, sabi ni Presiding Officer Escudero, ito, babala, huwag magtapon ng basura dyan. Si Senator Judge Pia Cayetano, di ba, kapag may nagsabi daw sa kanya, umalis ka dito, lumayas ka, banta yun. In other words, it can be very confusing to the viewer because there were so many examples that Senator Judges cited that are not directly it's not related to the life of a person, 'di ba?
Yes,
Hindi
yes.
related to the life kasi yung basura, totoo naman na ehemplo yon pero lighter yon. Yung isa naman
Oo.
na lumayas ka dito sa Senado, banggit ni Senator Judge Pia, 'di ba? Hindi rin naman krimen yon, right? Parang so
Tama.
that's confusing at that point. But could it be a mix of a warning and a threat? Is that possible? Because the defense is saying there's a condition eh. Dapat patayin muna siya. In other words, she felt threatened for her life. Attorney, is there such a thing that you make a threat because you fear for your own life and then you issue that warning?
Okay. But first, this matter, whether it's conditional or not, no, this was directly addressed both by NBI agent Colilong and the regional director Lotok. They both said that the threat was absolute. Ano ho? At kailangan nating emphasize dito yung sinabi ho ni Attorney Lotok no, na napaka-importante. Hindi ito simple lang na pagbabanggit ng papatayin kita, gagawin kita ng masama. Hindi ho. No? Dito, napaka-importante. Sinabi niya, hindi lang papatayin kita, sinabi niya, meron na akong kasunduan sa isang mamatay tao na papatayin kita. Second, she even said
Sa
how
isang
it should
tao, sa isang tao.
yes, how
Oh.
how it should be carried out. Sinabi pa niya, be relentless. Huwag mo silang titigilan hangga't di mo sila napapatay. So if you take this all together, clear, hindi ho lang siya babala na may gagawin ako sa iyo masama, papatayin kita. Hindi ho eh. Inamin na niya yung buong circumstance, paano ito gagawin. Ano ho. And importante din ho, yung na-mention ho dito ni Attorney Lotok, why this is very alarming and problematic. No? Sinasabi nga ho niya, kahit yung sinasabi na mayroong condition, no? These people could take advantage of this. No? Basta, sabi nga ho niya, God forbid, no? Something happens to the Vice President, then matitrigger ho yun. So other people could take advantage of that, no, to create chaos and etc.
Okay, well, Attorney Tolosa, that's a whole different thing. Tinanong
Yes,
nga
yes,
ng mga
yes.
senator judges kay Attorney Lotok na how could you assume the causality of that, no, in their own words. But let's move from that. How would you
Okay.
rate the defense's performance? Kasi marami rin sa social media, they've been criticizing the performance of the defense, saying puro na lang objection, puro na lang dahilan, pati very trivial matters, diba? But overall, kasi you all belong in one community. You would know a good lawyer from a bad one, a good defense from a good one. How would you rate your colleagues on the other side?
Okay. Karen, I hope you'd understand that I think it may be improper for me, to rate their performance. No, of course.
Maybe give a
and
commentary
anything,
on
yes.
on
Yes.
what you expected or didn't expect.
Okay. It's not really what we expect or didn't expect, but maybe we just have to highlight that you'd remember at first it seemed that they were trying to contest the authenticity of the video, but later on conceded it, right, by using the same video and even admitting, both counsels who stood up admitted that the threats were actually made. No? But people are saying that why are they nitpicking on this very small clerical errors like typographical errors with the dates, the stamps that NBI even had nothing to do with. But I guess what you can say about that is we've anticipated that. No, dahil that's has been the strategy, the stance from the start, which is to try to prevent us from presenting evidence. So hindi naman din ho kami nagulat that that's what they're going to try to do.
Okay, all right. So what are you expecting today then?
Yes. So today, the oral arguments, with respect to our request for the issuance of subpoena, for the submission of the AMLAC records, BIR records, and bank records will be tackled. And there will be no witness today, because upon the order of the impeachment court, our next witness, NBI Director Melvin Matibag, will be presented on Monday.